Yeah,
Thank
proceed.
you, Madam Chair. Yeah. As you heard...
Order, Chair. Point of order, Chair.
What is it, Honorable Koros?
Can he first introduce himself, Madam Chair?
It's okay, he's just headed there. You know, not everybody is used to this getting inside these chambers. That's why I had to ask him whether he heard me. So, Director, introduce yourself, what you do for the government, and handle the issue.
Thank you, Madam Chair. My name is Felix Ateng, Director, Government Clearing Agency.
And
now
also, could you also properly wear your mask?
Yes, I'm Director, Government Clearing Agency.
Put up your mask so that it covers your nose. Thank you.
This is an organization that was formed with an objective of facilitating the government in clearing and forwarding of anything that it exports or exports. As clearly stated by the CS, these consignments arrived.
And speak to your microphone so that we don't struggle to hear what you're saying.
They arrived in 6 batches. And the first consignment, as was mentioned, arrived on 24th March. And there were detection kits, 11,300. And Ministry of Health designated an officer by the name Dr. Isabella Ayaga, who is the head of Global Health Security at the ministry. So she's the one who we were coordinating with when clearing these consignments. So the first consignment was received by an officer that she directed called Vitali Shikulu from KEMSA, and was transported by KEMSA trucks on the same day. The second consignment...
I think, I don't know whether I'm the only one who's lost. Director, we might need to give you some time.
Yeah.
Because that information you're giving us is what we are looking for.
Chair.
But clearly what you gave
Madam
us
Chair,
here,
Madam Chair, let me add my voice on this.
Order, just let me
Madam
just...
Chair,
yeah.
will you allow me to add on my voice?
Honorable Koros,
Thank you,
just
Chair.
hold
Madam
on.
Chair.
Hold on. Vice Chair.
Waziri Chris, you have a lot of experience when it comes to Parliament. I guess so. And going with the document that you have tabled here, and even the document that you are reading there, is not the same. And then 2, the Director of Government Clearing has more information, which the ministry should have harmonized and tabled as a whole in the committee.
Honorable Koros, could you allow your colleague to finish, then I'll give you a chance.
Will I say that you are not prepared enough to appear before the committee, and perhaps you need enough time to go and harmonize what you have, and perhaps being given more time to table that document here? I think that will sort out this issue.
Thank you, Vice Chair. I think that's what I was raising, because you seem to have information that we don't have. For example, you said the first bunch. You actually added, it was 11,300 detention keys received by Dr. Ayaga, then who received a KEMSA. That's the information we were asking for. I don't know, you seem to have other papers that you're referring to down there. Maybe what you can do is we give you time, you go compile those many papers that you have, give us as a report with attachments. So that it can, what you are saying is what we are looking for, but we are struggling to hear you. You're not very audible. And number 2, that's information that we would want to have, but it's not in our document.
Chair.
Honorable Koros.
Yes, Chair. That's why Chair was saying what Waziri was giving us was fake. I request, Chair, I request this committee I think what the director is telling us is the truth. What the ministry is giving us is fake.
No,
And that's why,
Cross will
Chair,
not go through
we
that
always
that way.
request, when we have
Order.
such kind of a national issue which Kenyans want to know the truth, it's always good when we have the CS himself answering these questions. So, Chair, I think it's good for us we listen to what the director is telling us, because that's the main guy who receives the consignment. He will tell us the truth, who receives, silienda wapi, silienda KEMRI, silienda ministry, silienda Tanzania, ama wapi. Let us listen.
Honorable Jagagwa, and I think I'll give it also to Honorable Dagala so that we conclude this matter.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you, Chair. I raised the issue of the consignment, that the table that the CS has given us is vague. You know, it's like they are hell-bent on losing us on a trail. The CS gives us a schedule. He calls his director to give us some information, which he is holding to himself. Our letter went out last week so that they can come and tell us about the consignment of Jack Ma's donations. But if they're giving us information in piecemeal, I'd equally stand with what the chair said and other members. You can stand down that witness, stand down that ministry, they go prepare, give us one bundle of documents so that we are able to shift through the information they're giving us, then we're able to interrogate that information. But if you know he says there were 11,200 copies of this and this, by the time he's through, I may have forgotten what I want to pinpoint. But if I have a file like the one I'm having here, I'll be in a position to interrogate what they're telling us. And what the Professor Eri would tell us from KEMRI, so that we say, are they telling what they received, what was cleared by the government clearing agency, and what the CS has told us? We need one bundle of document for us to be able to interrogate. But if
I hear you, Honorable Jagagwa. I hear you. I think we are all in agreement that the document before us from the ministry is not well prepared. And so I want to make a decision so that we move on.
Madam Chair.
Because we see the director, you have a lot of information that we require. We need to compare what you received, what KEMRI will say they received or the ministry, and what actually got to the warehouse and what went out. Because this is a house of record. And we just need to have proper records. As we said, you can say something and you deny tomorrow, I didn't say it. So that's why we need written submission before this committee. So I think I'll allow you, CS, to say something, but I'll allow you after that, you take leave, go prepare a proper document, and appear before this committee tomorrow at 9 a.m. We'll start earlier. We're to start at 10. We can start 9 a.m. with you so that we can have a proper document. CS.
Yes, I hear what you are saying, Madam Chair. But what were we asked to come and respond to? We were asked to come here and respond on the role played by the Minister of Transport in clearing the Jack Foundation supplies donation. We responded to that. The second one was, how and when did the Minister of Transport hand over the shipment to the Minister of Health? We have explained that. Subsequently, supplementary questions have arisen as to the quantities. And we were in the process of providing these quantities, and I had promised that we will supply copies of these because it was not in the initial response, Madam Chair.
Point of information, Chair. There's a point of information.
What do you want to inform?
CAS.
Yes, do you want to be informed by Honorable from Diwa?
Yes.
Thank you.
Proceed.
Thank you, Chris. What this committee really wants is the detailed document. And actually, when you are called here, you are given an opportunity to exonerate the ministry on what is flying out there. So what we really want, including bill of quantities, and if possible, pro forma invoice, whether it's donation, they do have those from the shipment agency. In this case is ET, which is Ethiopian Airline. So why we are standing you down, even though you have responded, but in our view, that response will not get you off the hook of this things going around. So you need to get back, get the time, get the details, including those pro forma invoice attached to it, bring to us, and we will be over. That's what we are looking for, CES. Thank you, Chair.
We are concluding this matter. Honorable Chris Obure,
Yes.
Do you feel now you're informed?
Yes, I am properly informed, Madam Chair. And yes, it's a good idea. Let's provide all the information on one sheet. We'll be able to do that. And bring the information back by 10 o'clock tomorrow morning.
9. I can do it 9:30 because we have another committee. We have other people coming in at 10.
Fine.
We had scheduled you for this afternoon.
Okay,
but
fine.
even for your officers, because I know they are there.
Okay.
Director.
We will
of
do
clearing.
that. We'll do that by 9:30 tomorrow morning.
9:30.
Chair, before you close,
Yes, Professor.
could I have a word, please? Thank you very much, Chair. My name is Mahmoud Sheikh, Member for Parliament, Professor Mahmoud Sheikh, Member of Parliament for Wajir South, and a member of the Health Committee. Apologies that I was in another meeting. Now, my point is not about the CAS or anybody, or not about the director's position or anything else. It is about why the CS is not here. If this has been discussed, then I will need to get updated on. But why is the CAS here? If we can remember, the Health Committee has clearly put forward, and it has gone to the House and the Speaker. Yes.
Let me just inform you that we had already dispensed that matter. There's a letter already with us. And so it's only that you came in a little bit late. We had already handled
But tomorrow
the matter.
he must be here. It's another day. He must be here because the last time we discussed, even in this House, by the Speaker, and the ruling that was given, we want to see the CS coming here. CS Macharia must be here. We are not going to condone issues of, and avoiding this important parliamentary committee that is equivalent under Article 125 of the Constitution of Kenya, puts this House as equivalent to a High Court. And it's not a joke. It's not a joke. Thank you, Chair.
Professor, I would also,
Chair.
I would also wish that
Order, Chair.
Honorable Koros, you know,
Order, Chair.
you cannot order the chair. That's one thing. So
Point of order, Chair.
you cannot order the chair, Honorable Koros. But I think, members, for us to proceed, because we also have the ministry to give us their direction.
Madam Chair, just one important issue that I want to pass across, and it should go
Who
on
is
record.
speaking now?
Madam Chair.
Yeah, please, let's speak through the chair so that we can have some order.
Madam Chair, let me put it very clear that, this issue of COVID-19 is a very serious matter. That as a committee, we don't want to discuss this thing back and forth. I want to appeal to the government and to the executive that they fine-tune on their communication. This is the problem that we have. It could be not, perhaps maybe there is nothing that is going on about this issue of COVID. But when we have people from the executive coming with half-baked information, this is what creates tension and dotted line outside there. So I will appeal that any institution of government invited here, if they know that they are not prepared enough, they need to go back and prepare. So then we avoid all these gray areas. And I will appeal, and I'm sure I'm communicating to some people in the government. So then we have enough information. Public should be fed with enough information. Madam Chair, thank you.
Thank you very much. CS and your team, we've made a decision. Clearly, we need a better document. We'll give you time. You take leave. The information, the direction that the director was taking, that's what we need. If yes, you received, for example, this number of kids, how many were they? We just need full details. Who received, then at what point were they handed over, and to who? So that from there we'll pick it up so that we can connect the dots. So otherwise, when we have these gaps, people will keep on speculating. So thank you. We request you to leave now.
Chair,
and we'll see you at 9:30.
The CS must be here tomorrow, Chair. I want this ruling to be done on. The CS Macharia must be here. We're not going to accept CAS to come and stand up for him all the time that he's avoiding this committee. It is unacceptable. Do we want to call it impunity of the last order? We will not accept it.
We will not
Chair.
accept into that. And I want every member of this committee to be able, Senate as well as the National Assembly, to take that with me and second everybody here. We want to see the CS. Why is he not here? We are not going to accept tomorrow that we will not be attending this meeting
Professor, I don't want to
tomorrow
rule you
until
out
he
of
is here.
order.
We will not accept it.
You know, I'll rule you out of order, Professor. Because once we have documents communicated to this House, we also a House of Procedure. We cannot anticipate what will happen tomorrow.
But Chair,
So
Chair.
order, members.
Chair.
We are allowing
Point of order,
the
Chair.
ministry team to leave so that we can proceed. So Ministry of Transport, kindly take leave.
Madam Chair, for
We'll
record,
communicate to the Speaker on this matter.
for record, Madam Chair,
Yes.
I did inform the House, report to the House earlier, that the CS has a commitment and he always attends parliamentary committee meetings wherever he is required. But I said on this occasion, he is indisposed. And I'm saying, you have asked us to come back tomorrow. We will stress to the CS on the need for himself to come personally, if he is well enough.
Point of order, CAS, Madam Chair, allow me. Is it now, if I'm sure you have a role to play. That's why you're a CAS and you are appointed. Whoever appointed you, His Excellency, must have seen your capacity. For you to come to the committee and pass back the issue to the CAS that he can be invited, it means you want to cast aspersion on your own commitment or that capacity to dispense government policy in Parliament. Do you want to challenge your capacity? I thought you are here on your own capacity. You've been referred, you've been sent by your boss to come and the reason why you are his assistant, it means you have that capacity.
Madam
And
Chair.
Chris, I know you have the experience. You should not panic.
Madam Chair.
Now, I don't know why we are having this argument. We have ordered ministry. I think you need more time to go prepare yourself, give us facts.
Madam Chair, permit me to weigh in on this, please. Kindly, Madam Chair.
Honorable
You know, we are not arguing. What I hear the members say, and I'm certain you've heard them, and the CS has heard. What he has said is very simple. He's going to place on the CS to attend tomorrow if he's in a position.
Yes.
It's as simple as that.
Yes.
But we need to place it in home that if the CS is unwell, we pray for his quick recovery so that he comes and faces this team tomorrow.
My honorable
But if he's
members,
not well,
I also want to remind you,
Thank you.
Honorable Jagagua, that the last sitting, it's always good to be fair. The last sitting we had, the CS Transport came and appeared. And I don't think we have ever invited him and he has ever failed to come. There is a proper document forwarded to the clerk's office. So if there is a reason, all of us, anybody can be sick, anybody can have a commitment. So I don't think we need to really belabor on that point. We have directed the ministry. The most important point here, your document is not adequate. Go and prepare. Let's meet tomorrow at 9:30. Thank you. Let's go to the Ministry of Health.
Thank you very much indeed, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, could I just start by saying that indeed I am aware that my colleague is ill-disposed and would have loved to be here himself, because I personally spoke to him on my way here, wanting to know whether he is coming, and I'm aware that he is ill-disposed. So I think it's good also to clarify that and to clear that it is not, he did not leave, he did not come here intentionally. And I would like to clarify that he wanted to rest the case with my friend.